Okay, cool. We're on the air. This is not Kinonomicon episode 2. We did an episode 1 with Hot Dog whenever, like a while back, when we were like, we're canceling the show. And then we were like, all right, maybe it wasn't a good idea. And then we were like, we have no topic though. We'll just do an episode of not Kinonomicon. And so we did that one. And that was like the only one we did like that. And tonight is episode 2 of not Kinonomicon, and it's not Kinonomicon, especially because Hot Dog's not here,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
this is Diet Kinonomicon. And it's a diet version of something that was already terrible. It's like Diet Sierra Mist. Yeah,
Diet Sierra Mist.
no one was drinking the regular version. You think they're gonna drink the diet? Ugh.
Oh my god, that's so funny though. I hated Sierra Mist. I like 7 Up. Well, I don't drink soda anymore.
Nah,
But you
man,
know
lemon
what?
lime
So
sodas are crap. There's nothing good
so
about
I
them.
don't even well, okay, I'm kind of curious. Well, we already have at least a couple people in the chat. I'm kind of curious who'll show up
Nice.
because in 2 days it'll be the 1 year anniversary since the show ended. But
Are you
I've been
standing over
editing.
Kinonomicon's grave, putting flowers down there like Bruce Wayne?
Well, I just know this because I've been going over because I've been going over this stuff, okay? Because I've been editing every episode and I've re-uploaded 20 something of them, okay? And is- we had like a few devoted fans, okay? Like 3 of them.
Oh
But
yeah, you can name
but
them. You
we've
can name them all. We don't have enough
yeah,
fans.
yeah, Eric and Elfinder General and a couple others.
Hervohe Grahovac, he was there a lot.
Yeah, and Cinema de Heart, which is Andrew. You know Andrew. You've streamed with him before. Hazelnut Devon Graham.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Devon
yeah,
Graham.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So we've yeah. So we had a few, but like since I've been re-uploading them, and I uploaded some clips too.
Yeah, that's a good
they,
idea. Like clip out the 5 minutes of every 1 hour episode in which are actually funny. There you go.
but since I've been doing that, we've gotten like a few people that have been like, oh, I wish the show was like still going on. And
That's
so
a lie, and you know it. Show me the
no, they're
receipts. We had
all
one
right.
guy tell me that he
All
wants
right,
a
it was my
revival. It's
it
your
was my
alt.
alt account.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, Rasser Nabadi, sure.
yeah, I was well, I thought if I commented enough times and had enough bots in the comments that maybe we would bring the show back. But you know what editing Kinonomicon is like? Watching every episode and editing
You're
out
like
all
Hans
the
Mole Man, like I'm 21 years old.
oh my god, no, it's like you know the episode of Family Guy when Meg goes to like ask that guy out and he's like, I'm sorry, but and then he like, goes back inside and like shoots his brother in the stomach. And he comes
Sorry,
back
I
like
got plans tonight. Yeah, he shoots himself in the stomach.
yeah. So that's kind of what it's like. It's been pretty fun though revisiting it. I've been revisiting it to cut out anything that's like dated, like the shilling and
Yeah,
whatnot. And,
the new campaigns and cutting out all the times my mic fucks up. By the way, right after we canceled Kinonomicon, I bought a Blue Yeti, so hopefully I don't robot. Also,
that
I have
was
wired headphones, so I can't go walking around my whole apartment again. So
right. No more watering plants. That was so funny though, because we were saying this like right before we started the stream. It was so funny how we canceled it with the Cool World stream, and then we were like, let's do 12 more reunion streams, and then Mark was like, okay, maybe the show isn't over. He buys a Blue Yeti, and then
and
like,
Hot Dog's
yeah,
like, oh well, now that Mark spent $150, I'm time to bounce. See you.
yeah. So I don't know. It's been fun. It's been fun revisiting it. There's a lot of gold, Christopher Walken as Norman Bates. That thing's got like a clip
Now
that the thing.
that was funny. Norman Bates in space. The Hot Dog had something with that.
Yeah, that was gold. It's like when we had to bury my mother on Mars.
Everything was going great with my space hotel until they moved the space highway, and then I went crazy.
Oh my god! Or like the Uncle Charlie clips.
uh,
Oh my god!
we're
One of
being
my
nostalgic for something nobody cares about. The three of us.
you know what
And that's
we're here,
debatable. I don't even think Hot Dog cares.
we're here to talk about Pumpkinhead 1 and 2, but I just want to say real quick, one of my favorite nostalgia like Kinonomicon jokes is when we said that like Charles Band probably puts the same disc in a Blu-ray case and DVD case.
Here you go, losers. No refunds. He's sitting there in his castle in Italy, like, haha, fooled him again. Uncle Charlie never loses.
Oh my god, dude! Like I met him at like at a couple conventions. He's exactly like how you would think he is.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what's funny? So Tim and I, we went to Las Vegas a few months ago. Went to a trade expo, and I was watching Kinonomicon. I never watched Kinonomicon. I was watching a Video Zone that was on Puppet Master 3 because I bought a box set that had Puppet Master 3 on it, and in the Video Zone, Charles Band's like, "We had a great time at the Las Vegas Licensing Expo 1993." And I was like, "Oh shit, we were just there." So I took a video of it and I sent it to Tim. Like I texted it to him, and Tim, like within 5 seconds, texted me back. He's like, "Mark, your frame of reference is autistic and gay. Don't send me this shit."
Dude, it's so funny. I love how no matter how much time goes by and they put out Puppet Master or something again, it's always the same special features. It's like, check out the video zone from
The Video Zone from
1994.
1992 that we had
Yeah.
to copyright strike Nasser on when he tried to play it
Oh
on
my god. Yeah,
Kinonomicon.
that was another reason why we had to take down some of the streams. We didn't do a whole lot of EFAPing, but like there was that video zone and there
And
was
Christmas Evil, I
Christmas
think.
Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one almost became Lost Media Kino.
Well, it's amazing. You know, in order for something to get copyright struck, you know, they have to upload it to YouTube. Like they upload a full movie, they upload a full song, and so YouTube's algorithm will like do a net crawl, and if it hears that song or it hears that movie, then it strikes you. That means that Uncle Charlie uploaded all of his video zones into YouTube just to stop people from like posting them. It's like, this is gold. I'm not gonna let anyone steal my video zones.
he, he is bleeding those video zones dry, and he could get out of them. You know what? You know what? It never fails, Mark. It never fails. You get me and you on a stream together. We're gonna talk about Puppet Master.
Every time I've been so as we've been uploading those old Kinonomicons, I've been listening to them and like, God damn it, we just wouldn't shut the fuck up about Puppet Master. No wonder
What's
nobody liked our show.
what's even funnier is like the streams like before that, because before me and you go way back. I can't believe
Oh
it, Mark.
yeah,
It's
we go
been
way back for
28
sure.
since
Yeah.
2018. It's kind of odd, but like
Yeah,
before
you don't remember me from high school, man? I'm the one who gave you swirlies all the time.
but before Kinonomicon, me and you would do streams just here and there, and it would always devolve into Puppet Master.
Uh,
But,
Elfinder General's in the chat because of course he is.
right.
I'm just replying to him right now. He just said that I did finally get around to watching Puppet Master 2 and Ghoulies 2. I was like, you got around to watching the good the good sequels.
Yeah, you could stop there with Ghoulies. With Puppet Master, you got three more.
Oh man, it's so weird because like Puppet Master, they made like 25 movies, and only the first 5 are arguably any good.
Oh
And
my
like,
god, it's like it's a oh my god, it's like a challenge. Whenever somebody gets that, they're always like they go through the first five, like these are amazing. These must all be really good. You tell them no, they're bad. They never listen because I sure
like, but
didn't.
there's 22 more of them. How can they possibly be bad?
Like I'm sure there must be at least one more good one. No, no. You know what was so funny was one of the streams too. One of the recent streams that I re-uploaded when we had Stu on. Stu was a guest on
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
episodes, and he's like, "My favorite one's the origin one." And me and you were like panicking, like, "What's he gonna say?" Puppet
Retro
Master
Puppet
9?
Master.
like
Like
Puppet
the one
Master
with the
12.
guy from the room? Are you fucking high?
Right? And thank God he's like, "Oh, the third one." I was like, "Yes." Like the third one's great, but there's one downside to the third one, and that's when Uncle Charlie bought all the World
He
War
bought all the
II
World War
stuff.
II costumes. He's like,
Yeah,
well, I better get my money's worth out of these.
right. He spent
Because he didn't.
like yeah,
And they've just been, the puppets have just been in World War II ever since. It never stopped. Like
right.
they've
It's
been in
like
World War II for 25 years. World War II only lasted like 8 years.
like on Seinfeld, like George's dad when he's like the war is still going. You know, he has that flashback when he was a chef in the war. He's like the war is still going on for me. That's the puppets. The war never ended.
Well, the funny thing is that, he bought all those World War II costumes and ephemera. Like that means that one, he has a basement just full of Nazi paraphernalia, and he has to explain that all the time. It's like, no, it's for my movies. You don't understand. But the second thing is that, once he bought all that shit, it wasn't just the puppets who had to fight Nazis. Now it's like subspecies versus Nazis, transfers versus Nazis, doll graveyard versus Nazis. Like, everything's going to be fighting Nazis for the next 25 years because I bought this shit.
Andrew says we're not talking down about Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Absolutely not.
Yeah, the only Puppet Master movie that Uncle Charlie considers non-canon. Like that was the like no, this one is beneath even me. It
But
does not meet my quality standards.
that's a good one, and they don't even put it in the set.
Yeah, that one, if I think that DVD that they put out might even be like a collector's item. I mean, God only knows, but like, cause that one's owned by the Sci-Fi Channel. And I'll get to the Sci-Fi Channel later because we're going to talk about Pumpkinhead. And maybe you do or do not know this, Nasser, but the Sci-Fi Channel made 2 Pumpkinhead sequels, and they are absolutely horrendous.
God. Well, you know what? So we'll talk about the first one first. So it's 85 minutes, and so right off the bat, I kind of liked it.
It just goes like at a rapid clip. It just it's Stan Winston. He only directed 2 movies in his entire life. Stan Winston, the guy who gave us the fucking dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, that guy. He directed 2 movies. One of them is Pumpkinhead, and the other one is a gnome named Norm. It's like, the fuck? Wait, was it a gnome named Norm or the Incredible Gnome Mobile? Now I gotta do a Google search for cross-referencing Stan Winston and gnomes.
Well,
which one was it? A gnome named Norm. Okay, yeah, that was the one. Jesus Christ, Stan.
This movie made me laugh right off the bat, like starting in the credits, because the credits are so funny. Because okay, this is a dumb movie called Pumpkinhead, but the screenplay is written by 2 guys based off a story by 4 other guys based off a poem by some guy.
it's like this weird like filter where like some dude wrote a poem. He's like, all right, write a treatment around my fucking poem. I'm like, oh, okay, and then like. And then yeah, four guys wrote a treatment, and then 2 guys wrote a screenplay. So it was like 8 people credited with the creation of Puppet Master.
Yeah, it took like that many dudes. Right, Pumpkinhead. But you know what's so funny is there's a good like making of documentary that's like an hour long. That's a bonus feature on the Blu-ray, and it's funny because the writers are like, we did like 6, 7 drafts, and then after we got a director, we did another 6 or 7 drafts. I'm like, you guys did 14 drafts, and this was it.
A Pumpkinhead it's such a simple story. It's like, how did it take so many guys to write this? It's like Lance Henriksen loves his son. A bunch of kids kill his son. Yeah, that's right. It's basically like if Pet Sematary was cool, but no, it's like Lance Henriksen loves his kid. And then a bunch of assholes kill his kid. Then Lance Henriksen summons a demon. The demon kills the assholes. That's the fucking movie. How did it take so many revisions?
The kid's death scene, by the way, is so funny because they just drive next to him, and the kid just goes, "Oh boy, I better lay down and die."
Yeah. I mean, I know it's funny because the way that part was shot, but Lance Henriksen actually does put in like a really good performance in this movie.
They're like not even in the same movie. He's like he's like making some like Kino like blockbuster, and everybody else is just kind of.
It's wild because he's given a 10 out of 10 performance. He's putting his heart and soul into this thing, and it's fucking Pumpkinhead. And I mean, I was watching like the documentary, and like Lance Henriksen, like so there was a scene, like where before his son dies, they really want to like drive home how much he loves his son, so that when his son dies, it actually has weight. And like the scene where he's washing his son's hands and he's telling him a story of like, my grandmammy, she taught me how to wash my hands, and telling him the story is, it's really goofy, but apparently Lance Henriksen did that dialogue completely on his own because that's like his actual story, like of his real life. His grandmother teaching him how to wash his hands. It's like a personal story. So like he put a lot into that. And like the scene where his son dies, I know you say it's really funny because he just kind of gets like clipped by the motocross and then like falls and drops dead. But one thing that is actually like legit is when they see the kids down, and then Lance Henriksen runs up and he grabs his son and he's like cradling him in his arms, and the teenagers are like, is there anything we can do to help? And he shoots them that like angry, rageful look. It's like, it's legit. It's like, it's really good because later in the movie, the teenager's like, did you see that look he gave us? Like he wanted to kill us, and like in any other movie, you're like, what? He gave you a look? I didn't see that. But in this movie, like he actually pulled it off. Like that actually was like a serious, like, oh, holy shit, he's going to kill these motherfuckers. Like, look, like it actually pulled that shit off. It was great.
Yeah, dude, he's just on a whole different level.
And man, when you watch Pumpkinhead 1 and you see how much he's putting into that performance, like bringing his own real life stories, actually like just doing like a 10 out of 10, and it's great. don't watch Pumpkinhead 3 because holy fuck, he's in front of a green screen in the whole movie, and he is sleepwalking through all of his dialogue, and
That's
he's
so
it's so
depressing.
sad. It is. It's
Did
so
he
sad.
need money? Because they
He
say
must have.
I forgot which feature it's on, because I watched the special features on 1 and 2, and somebody said that like Lance didn't want to come back for part 2. The script really sucked, he said, and then it's like, but why did he come back for part
I
3? Did he
know.
need money?
He must have. Like maybe in because part 2 came out in 1992 or 1993 whenever it was made, and maybe he was like doing better back then. But by like 2007, when the Sci-Fi Channel was making Pumpkinhead 3 and 4, maybe he wasn't doing great. Because he did what he did a piece of shit. He did Hellraiser 8, yeah, Hellworld. Like man, that was another direct to DVD Hellraiser movie. They got Lance Henriksen for that. Like fuck, like was he on Hard Times?
Dude, you know what's so sick is just that like every time Pumpkinhead shows up, he's got his own strobe lights following him around.
It's great. And that's like one of the signatures that he has strobe lights and the sounds of locusts just following around everywhere he goes. And like, it's great because it's like it's the harbinger like right before Pumpkinhead shows up is you get the you get the fucking rave machine going, like the fog and strobe effects. And all it needs is like the techno music, like oh shoot, Pumpkinhead's in the house.
Yeah. How long until we get Pumpkinhead fighting Nazis, you think?
Oh man, at least Uncle Charlie doesn't own Pumpkinhead. I'm not even sure who owns him anymore. But
I'm surprised he doesn't have a ripoff like Cucumber Head, Melon Head.
oh man, he's got Ginger Dead Man. That's basically the same thing.
No, that's not close enough. It had to be like Squash
No,
Head, Zucchini
Squash
Head.
Head, yeah. Well, I mean, Goosebumps has the pumpkin heads, or the jack o' lanterns. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, close enough.
I mean, he doesn't even look like a pumpkin. It's because he's buried in the pumpkin patch. But then you look at him. It's funny because the have you ever seen the original box art for the VHS of Pumpkinhead? It's like a hand drawn illustration of just Pumpkinhead, and that's all it is. When I
I
saw
honestly
that,
don't know.
yeah, it was the original VHS. But when I saw it as a kid, it was in a passing glance, and I always the way that they drew Pumpkinhead's head on that VHS box, he looked. If you look at it side eye, just in passing glance, it looks like he's wearing a powdered wig like George Washington. So I always thought like that's why I didn't watch the movie for a while as a kid. I was like, what the fuck is this like a colonial era like governor come back from the dead? Why is he wearing a powdered wig? I don't want to watch that. And then I saw like the edited version on the Sci-Fi Channel, like back in the '90s when Sci-Fi Channel was cool. And I was like, oh shit, this is good. And so then I rented it finally and realized it was great.
Oh, let me read this here. Andrew in the chat says, when I was a kid and rented this, I was so upset he didn't have an actual pumpkin head. Imagine how the film I was
Yeah.
when I saw Jacko.
Like, where's the pumpkin head? This is false advertisement. Fuck this. It'd be
Right.
like if John Carpenter, if he made Halloween, but just to like keep you off your toes, Halloween took place on like St. Patrick's Day.
Right. His head's not actually a pumpkin. 1 star on Letterboxd.
Some fucking bullshit, man. Where's the
Oh,
pumpkin? There are
my
zero
God,
pumpkins
dude.
in Pumpkinhead.
Dude, you know what I loved about this movie so much was like it's just like guys, you're in the woods being hunted by an 8-foot demon. Like the vacation's over, you could just leave.
Right? Yeah, just get in your fucking car and your motocross bikes and just get out there. But instead they go into a cabin like, we'll be fine until morning. Like, what makes you think that? Why on earth do you think Pumpkinhead's gonna go away in the morning?
It's just so funny, like because I don't remember the character names to be honest, but it's just so
Oh.
funny. It's like the one dude's just in his car drinking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I love drinking and driving."
A winning combination. Oh shit, Pumpkinhead.
And then you're like,
Oh shit, George Washington head. Why is he wearing a powdered wig?
but then he's like, "Oh no, I was drinking and driving my motorbike and I killed this kid." Guys, please don't call the cops. It's just so silly. They're like, "No, we have to stay here because you killed the kid. We'll be safe."
One thing I like about Pumpkinhead in that first movie is that, because we'll get to the second movie, and it's why Pumpkinhead kind of sucks in the second movie versus the first one. Because in the first one, he's supposed to be the demon of vengeance. I think even that was the original working title. And so he's not like a dumb wild animal. He's not a grizzly bear. He has an intelligence, and he's mean. He's really mean. Like he's like a bully. Like he grabs like that one guy and he climbs a tree and then he drops him out of the tree onto a rock to split his skull open. Like, and when he gets one of the other ones and he drags him outside, like he tortures him to make him scream just to scare all the other like kids still in the house. Like he's like really enjoying just fucking with those kids and scaring them as much as he can before he kills them and torturing them before he kills them. So he's not
which
just
is
like, yeah,
which is so funny because he's a revenge demon. So I guess revenge means like I have to kill everybody else that's here.
yeah, like anybody in the general area. Well, I mean that's not true. I mean, that he doesn't kill like the kid from Wonder Years is there, and he doesn't kill like if you just like if you just stay out of his way, he doesn't kill you. And even if you get in his way, he'll just watch you aside. You've really got to like piss him off and annoy him to make him decide like, you know what, I'm coming now. I'm coming back for you.
And it's so funny too, though. But like after Pumpkinhead, like after he like kills everybody, that's when Lance Henriksen's like, "All right, revenge is wrong."
He waits until like there's one person left. He's like, you know what, maybe 8 out of 9 is good enough. Let's call this whole thing off.
Yeah. So all in all, it was a fun movie. I liked
It's
it. I had
good.
a
I
good
mean,
time.
and Stan Winston's effects on Pumpkinhead, so Pumpkinhead in the second one was done by Greg Nicotero and K&B, and they did a good job on a straight to VHS budget, as good as they could do.
Yeah,
But
and it
like
was
Stan
directed.
Winston, oh yeah,
Oh, I was gonna say it, and it's directed by Jeff Burr, director of Puppet Master 4 and 5.
fuck this. Puppet Master 4 and 5. All right, at least did a legit couple Puppet Master movies, but like,
And Texas
but
Chainsaw 3.
well, that one's not so bad. Hot Dog, he wishes he was here because he likes Texas 3, but
Yeah, Texas 3 is fun.
yeah, that one's all right. And K&B did the effects on that one too. But Stan Winston's effects in the first movie are just operating obviously on a whole different level from. I mean, not to say anything bad about Nicotero and K&B. They did a good job on VHS budget, but Stan Winston doing and he was directing and he was the head of special effects on Puppet Master 1. Like it's like he made sure to get shots as many as he could of stop it, god damn it, Master, why did you have to bring up Puppet Master? I'm gonna keep fucking saying that instead of Pumpkinhead. He made sure to get as many shots as he could of Pumpkinhead's full body with those like digitigrade werewolf legs that he's got, and to show him walking around and moving. So he's a full practical effect, but he looks like he's alive and he looks like he's real, and it's edited really well so that when it has to cut around that, so you just see like Pumpkinhead from like the chest up or the head and just the arms, you get those cuts with his full body and his legs walking that you don't think of him as just like a marionette or something or a guy in a costume. And Pumpkinhead 2 tries that, but on a much lower budget, and it doesn't work as well. But
I think all the props and stuff got like destroyed, so they had to start from scratch.
When did Pumpkinhead 1 come out? Like 87?
Something like that, like late
85
'80s.
or 87, yeah. And then Pumpkinhead 2 came out in 94 and was made in 93, so I think by that point, all the original props were done, so they just kind of did what they could.
You know what? Pumpkinhead 1 is probably the better movie, but Pumpkinhead 2, I just had so much fun with because of how stupid it is. I might like that one more.
And, we were talking about how simple the plot of Pumpkinhead 1 is. Pumpkinhead 2's plot is ridiculously overly complicated to the point where it doesn't make any sense. Like, even as a sequel to Pumpkinhead 1.
Dude, it's not even a sequel. It felt like to me like it's like someone
like a spin-off.
Well, it's almost like someone saw the first one and ripped it off and then somehow got the rights.
So it's not the same Pumpkinhead from Pumpkinhead 1, the one that's a demon. It's a retarded guy, a retarded kid that got beat up by a bunch of jocks in the 50s and killed. And he's implied to be the son of the original Pumpkinhead. That this old lady fucked Pumpkinhead because Pumpkinhead fucks, I guess. And then her child was this like malformed retard. And then the retard dies, and then she does and this is the part that really doesn't make any sense, is that she starts this whole like black magic ceremony to bring him back to life 50 years later for some reason. She waited that long. And then she has like the fucking Necronomicon, they call it the Book of Shadows in the movie. And then those teenagers show up at her cabin and steal the book, and she like tries to fight them off. And the reason they steal the book is because they want to bring Pumpkinhead back to life. And that's what she wants to do.
Well, that part, the part is so funny because like this is how it goes. Like the kids run over the old lady,
Yeah.
and then like Amy Dolan's character, they're like in the I don't know, the old lady's like hut, and she's just like looking at this paper. She's like, this looks like a spell to bring back the dead, and this must be a bottle of cursed blood. And then like her friend is like, that's so sick, dude. Let's bring something back to life. And the old lady, the old lady gives him a warning, and then he just starts furiously like beating her. Like,
well, no, because she tries to stop them. She's like, "No, don't do that thing that I was going to do."
And then
but they're finishing the job for you. Just let him go, and you'll be fine.
Right, but the dude's just like beating her like furiously. He's like, "No, I really want to perform the satanic ritual."
And yeah, they just jump to that conclusion in 5 seconds. It's that they run over the old lady. The old lady goes back to her cabin. They decide to, like, let's see if we can find the old lady. And then they come across, like, the fucking pet cemetery where the old lady buried her retarded son. And they're like, oh, man, I bet there's a corpse down here. Well, that would be cool if we could bring it back to life. Oh, well. And then they go to the old lady's house and they find the Book of Shadows. Like, I bet we could use this to bring the dead body back to life. Let's go do that. Like, just all of these weird, insane jumps to conclusions just to get the plot moving.
Well, you know, we skipped a few things. So when I
know,
saw
this is the simplified version.
Well, that's true, but like no, there's like a couple things here I gotta say because like when I saw it started with Greasers, I had to check it wasn't based on a Stephen King short story.
I know, right? Greasers are like, did everybody just get their asses kicked in the 50s by greasers? Because so many of these horror movies are about evil greasers. Like, I mean, I've never met any, but they must have been just terrorizing the nation for like the entire decade of the 50s.
Dude, I want to make like we should do one day. We should do a stream like our top 10 like greaser bullies in movies.
Yeah, we have the weird anachronistic greasers from Friday the 13th Part 5 that just show up for no reason in the middle of the movie that takes place in 1985.
We should do like, you ever seen those YouTubers that do a video where they're like, I'm moving this into like the S tier, like above the chart.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we do our greaser tier, like S tier, the greasers from Friday the 13th Part 5. A tier, the greasers from sometimes they come back. And all the way down in F tier, the greasers from It.
That's accurate. Dude, but you know what I really like? I like because nothing in this movie makes sense, and like literally like like the first scene after the greasers is like the mayor walks right into like the doctor's office while the sheriff is getting his physical to pick up his guitar that the doctor is like tuned for him apparently.
And there are no cops in this town. There is one sheriff played by Andrew Robinson from Hellraiser, and that's it. Even when he's investigating all the murder scenes, there's no other cops with him. Occasionally, like there's a guy down like on his knees taking pictures. Maybe he's a cop or he's a forensics person. He has like the coroner who comes with him and the judge who just shows up at every single crime scene. But like, okay, so this town's got one sheriff and 0 cops. Pumpkinhead's gonna have a real easy time with this one.
Dude, it's just so funny because like every scene with that sheriff too, it's like it makes no sense because he's just like telling people like, well, I know people are dying, but just stay indoors, and then it just cuts like a bunch of teens like in the woods.
Right. And then of course Andrew Robinson, like his backstory was that he befriended the retarded kid, you know, for like an afternoon and saved his life. So like this is a kindler, gentler Pumpkinhead. Like he still has to go and he's. Part of that really complicated setup is that he has like a to-do list. To-do list number 1 is he has to kill all of the people who killed him back in the 1950s, and they're all like adults now. He's got to get through them. And then, like, second on his to-do list, he has to kill all of the kids who beat up his mom and set her cabin on fire. So he's like, Pumpkinhead wakes up, he's like, oh, shit, I got so much to do today. All right, let's just get this over with. But what I don't like about this Pumpkinhead is, since it's not the same one as the first one, is that he's not a demon of vengeance, so he's not mean. He's supposed to be sympathetic, that he was just a poor, retarded kid that a bunch of, like, greasers beat up and murdered. So he just acts like a wild animal. He just like kicks the door in of like wherever these people are, and then he just like swipes his claws at them and kills them, and then he draws like the blood wings, and then he leaves. Like he doesn't do any of that like torture. He doesn't like act like he's like enjoying murdering these people. He's just like a fucking grizzly bear.
It's so low budget that the kills are Pumpkinhead just looking at someone.
I know there's a lot of ones where like Pumpkinhead looks at him, then it cuts away, and then we see later on like their dead body. But most of like Pumpkinhead's kills are he swipes his humongous prop claw, and then there's like, you know, a ketchup squirt on the wall, and that's it. there's one really good kill where he like they save it for the end. Like he double impales like two of the kids on like a steel rod against a tree, and that was pretty good. But then he grabs like the main like asshole kid, and he picks him up with one giant hand, and then takes his other giant hand, and he just like pulls his head off like it's a Lego guy. He's like
Right.
yoink, and just like pulls that off and throws it away. Like that part was pretty cool. They saved that for the end. But Pumpkinhead, he looks okay. They get a couple of shots of him with, with his legs, so you can see that he has legs. But for most of the movie, it's like they just built the Pumpkinhead prop from the torso up and just like put it on a shopping cart and rolled it around because it's mostly just shots of Pumpkinhead from like the pecs up.
Right. I just can't get over it how like because he's just like a giant revenge demon and he killed half the town like 30 years ago, and they're all pretending like this has never happened before.
Well, there's this fucking weird subplot that they introduce for no reason, and it never gets brought up again. It's like, so first, the judge, who was one of the greasers that killed the retarded kid in the flashback, it's like, for some reason, he suspects that, oh no, Pumpkinhead's back. Like, well, I better try to cover this up. So he's telling Sheriff Andrew Robinson that, like, it was Wildcats that did this. And then, like, Pumpkinhead kills some more people, and he puts a bunch of more blood wings on the wall so they can't, like, pretend it was a wild animal attack. And so the judge calls in like some random like entrepreneur who shows up, and he's like, we gotta catch Pumpkinhead alive. He's a tourist attraction like the Loch Ness monster. We need Pumpkinhead. Sheriff, I'm ordering you to take him alive. And then that just never comes up in the rest of the movie. It's like, why is that in here?
Right. This is gonna put us on the map.
Yeah, our little fucking tiny corn town in the middle of Nebraska. People are gonna rush here to see Pumpkinhead. What?
Oh my god, dude! Did you ever listen to the audio commentary for Pumpkinhead 2?
No, because I used to own it on DVD, and then I got rid of it, and then Shout Factory came out with a Blu-ray, and I put off buying it, and then it went out of print, and now goes for like $200. So the way I watched it again this afternoon was I went on the Internet Archive, and they had a VHS vendor's promotional copy. That was only sent to like retailers, and they had that ripped onto the Internet Archive, and I watched that, and that's the one that has like the overlay at the bottom saying like for promotional purposes only, do not rent or sell throughout the entire movie.
Mark, you're always doing everything on hard mode. The DVD is like $5, and it comes in a 4-pack.
I'm waiting for a Blu-ray because I just know that as soon as I buy the DVD, that's what like Vinegar Syndrome's going to announce like a 4K Blu-ray, and I'm going to be pissed.
Do you really need this one on 4K though?
I do, out of principle, because I waited so long.
You know what? I hope they do it just for you.
They will. They'll do it just for me. Like this is Pumpkinhead 2, the Mark Pellegrini edition.
Wait, so hold up. So I haven't seen. I think 2 more, right? They did 2 more.
Yeah.
So is it like? So it's a different Pumpkinhead in 1 and then 2. They're 2 different Pumpkinheads. So what about like 3 and 4?
3 and 4 are a direct sequel to 1. So you know how Pumpkinhead 1 ends with Lance Henriksen killing himself, but then his body shrivels up, and it's implied that his body is going to be the next Pumpkinhead. And so Pumpkinhead 3 picks up where that left off. So some and you know who else is in that movie? The guy who played Pinhead. What's his name? I can't remember. But yeah, the guy he's in that. The British guy who played Pinhead is in that, except he's playing like a deep south guy. So he's like, well, I reckon, y'all, we got ourselves a little old Pumpkinhead problem. And like, but he's a British guy trying to do what he thinks like a Gone with the Wind sounds like, and so it's really bad. And even though I like him, no, yeah. So Lance Henriksen's in it because his body is being used as the same Pumpkinhead. So his ghost is traveling around haunting the people that Pumpkinhead's hunting down and killing. And he filmed all of it in front of a green screen. So he's like really badly projected onto the environments as a ghost, and he's just mumbling through his dialogue. You can tell he's reading a cue card, like he just does not want to be there, waiting for his check. It's so sad, but it doesn't. But that's not Pumpkinhead lore. That's like American Werewolf in London lore. Like, because when you're watching Pumpkinhead 1, a ghost isn't haunting Lance Henriksen in that movie. Like following him around, telling him not to do this, not to do that. But then in Pumpkinhead 3, Lance Henriksen is following these kids around, like trying to warn them about Pumpkinhead. It's dumb. It's bad. It's awful. It's just depressing because once you know that Lance Henderson like gave all his A game, poured his all into Pumpkinhead 1, and then he's just there for the check in 3 and 4. And also, Pumpkinhead is CG in 3 and 4. Just by the
Huge
way,
oof.
and it's bad. It's Sci-Fi Channel like Sharknado tier CG. He's horrible. They're unwatchable. They're not even like funny to watch. They're just bad.
Dude, Elfinder General says, Mark, I hate this movie. Also, Mark, here's $40 for the Vinegar Syndrome
Every
4K
time
cinema.
they got me. They got me every time.
Well, you know what? $40. What is he buying it on sale or something?
Yeah, right. God, I just bought Human Lanterns from them, and I think I paid like $49.99 for that. That
Yeah,
one was
dude.
pretty good,
Some of them are like $60. That one meme that we were sending like around the last sale, they had like Vinegar Syndrome be like, please buy our 4K. It's on sale. It's only $68 now.
right? I mean, so Vinegar Syndrome. I mean, it's really their special editions, the ones like Human Lanterns and Gorgo and Reptilicus that come in like the hard boxes. Those are the ones they never discount. But if it's like they're really like shitty ones and you don't care about getting the cardboard slip, just wait. And eventually, like I when they did their last sale, I just loaded up on a bunch of their like $9.99 ones. But the best sale of all is when Severin does their sale. I mean, you can get a whole bunch of Blu-rays for like $7.99
Oh god,
each. It's
dude.
crazy.
I looked at their sale and I didn't buy anything, but it was like ridiculously cheap. I would have bought some if we were still doing the show. Because like a lot of the movies that I used to I sold off a lot of my movies since we stopped doing the
Oh,
show.
jeez.
But like there were like a lot that I bought like specifically. I was like, this is awful, and it's like $10. Maybe we'll do it on the show one day.
Oh, that's too bad. You shouldn't have been buying them. You should have been buying them for love of the game, Nasser, not for Kinonomicon.
No, there were like a lot, sure, that I bought that I liked, but then there's also like a bunch that were just like garbage, like Vinegar
Yeah,
Syndrome that was like, but like remember Vinegar Syndrome used to actually do good sales. Like the
they
majority of
did.
their movies would be like $10, $12. Now it's
Yeah,
like
they,
20
and they were picking
bucks.
up some. Back then, they were also picking up some pretty good. Like if you bought like 10 Vinegar Syndrome movies on their sale, at least 5 of them would be like good movies that you'd never seen before, that you never even heard of. Like surprise you, and then 5 of them would be duds. But it's getting kind of
Yeah.
bad with their selection now. But they've been getting some mainstream ones. I picked up their super duper ultra special edition of fucking Congo of all things. Like I bought that. I was like, Congo's a movie that I watched once when it came out on VHS, like way back in the day. And I actually didn't finish it as a kid. I got so bored that I just didn't finish the movie. And just for some reason, I was like, I'm gonna give this another shot. And so, like,
That's
I'm
so
not only am
funny.
I not going to give it another, I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to buy the $69.99 ultra version of it because that's how I roll.
Oh my
And
god, dude. I love that. Like I just love how there were so many times where we've been like, this movie's awful. I'm gonna buy it and I'm
I
gonna
know,
watch it like
right?
five
Oh,
times.
homegrown horrors 2 and 3 were fucking dog shit. I wonder when 4 is coming out. Well,
Oh
Congo
my
actually
god.
wasn't as bad as it is a bait and switch movie. Like all of the marketing on Congo was all about those killer gorillas, and by Stan Winston, by the way. That's why I'm bringing it up. And the
Okay.
killer gorillas show up in the last 10 minutes of the movie. And everything leading up to that is just a jungle adventure film. Like they go to Africa, and then a bunch of African militants blow up their plane, and they're trudging through the jungle, and there's a volcano that blows up, and they have to go on like a river rafting scene, and there's like hippos that attack them. It's like a 1930s Congo movie without the races. No, wait, it does have the racism in it too. It's a pretty accurate 1930s jungle adventure film. Um, and then they finally get to like the lost city at the end, and then the killer gorillas show up. Um, it's directed well enough that the jungle adventure stuff, it moves fast enough that I wouldn't say it's boring. I think I gave up on it as a kid because I was like Millhouse, like when are they gonna get to the fireworks factory? And I was like, when are they gonna get to the killer gorillas? And I got bored and I quit. Watching it as an adult, it's not a boring movie. It's just you have to know that the killer gorillas only show up at the very end.
Elfiner General says, is not Kinonomicon gonna be a common occurrence? I don't know.
No, I miss Hot Dog. He's a
Yeah, I
secret
miss
ingredient.
yeah, I miss Hot Dog too. Maybe we'll end up doing a reunion stream. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
drag him kicking and screaming into doing it, but maybe he's listening to these re-uploads of Kinonomicon and he's getting wistful for it. I doubt it though.
I don't know. He hasn't told me if he has or not.
I've been listening to them, so I take a nap during my lunch break. So like I turn one of those on, like boring fucking Kinonomicon. That'll put me to sleep and helps me nap.
Oh my god, dude! It's literally like the best horror podcast. I love our show.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're killing those other guys. Spooky Nomicon, they got nothing on us. Terror Nomicon, trash.
Right.
Who
Um.
who else is going to talk about Richard Mall and Night Train or Terror Train to Spooky Town, or is like
Oh my god, hot
Night
dogs in
Train
the
of Terror?
chat.
There we go. Fucking hot dog, get in here, asshole.
You have the link, jerk.
Yeah, he can show up in our chat, but he can't show up in our StreamYard. Get your
Come on,
ass
hot
in
dog.
here.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it for Elffinder General.
Do it. At least come on for 5 minutes and be like, you guys are gay, and then leave.
Yeah, right. Pumpkinhead. Fuck that movie.
Right.
It's okay, hot dog. We've already gotten Puppet Master out of our system. We don't have to.
Hot dog head. That'd be a good ripoff.
There was a killer sausage movie. It was that really terrible Kevin Smith movie. I think it was called Yoga Hosers. It had like a mutant sausage guy.
Wait, what is it called?
It's called Yoga Hosers, and it was Kevin Smith. Like I think he made it like 10 years ago. It's terrible. He's making movies now just to put his daughter in them so that she can be a movie star, and she's awful. Harley Quinn Smith. He actually fucking named her Harley Quinn.
Oh my
Jesus.
god! Could you be a bigger neck beard?
I know, Jesus.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I did watch Mallrats the other day though. It was really fun.
You know, those movies are nostalgic, especially Clerks. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Clerks.
Yeah. I mean, that's like it takes me back in the day, the 90s. You know, it's like Mallrats is fun too. I wouldn't recommend Chasing Amy. That's when he got into the Criterion Collection and got really up his own ass trying to make artsy fartsy movies. That one kind of sucks.
Wait, didn't he buy his way into the collection?
Apparently, that's what everybody did. That's how Armageddon wound up in there. That's how every single Wes Anderson movie ever made winds up in the Criterion Collection because he buys his way in. Like,
Oh my god, I despise Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. They put out that box set of every Wes Anderson movie, and I can't think of a worse box set besides like Homegrown Horrors 2, which had gay porn in it.
Oh my god, dude!
Which has more gay porn in it? Which is gayer, the Wes Anderson box set or the Homegrown Horrors box set that actually had gay porn in it?
Dude, I gotta say the Wes Anderson box set probably
it's gayer than the gay porn.
I remember that this chick one time convinced me. She's like, "No, you have to watch Wes Anderson movies. They're really good." So I bought one. I think it was called Astro City or something. I rage quit it. It was the most boring, dumbest thing I ever
always
sat
billed
through.
as comedies, and they aren't funny. Like I remember, I went to see the first Wes Anderson movie I ever saw. Is I went to see The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, not because it was a Wes Anderson movie, but because it was a Bill Murray movie. And I was like, well, it just got to be funny. It's got Bill Murray in it. And I'm just sitting there, and it's like an hour into the movie, and like, where are the fucking jokes, Bill? Say something funny. And like, no, you don't get it. The atmosphere is the joke. It's a farce. Like, oh, this fucking sucks. I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox because it was stop motion, and I'll watch just about anything stop motion. And I'm like, no, it's another Wes Anderson movie that's just a piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit.
Are you gonna buy the Stanley Kubrick box set from Criterion?
No, I mean, not that I have anything against Kubrick. It's just like most of his movies just aren't up my alley. You know, like I've seen 2001 and I've seen Full Metal Jacket. They're movies that I watched once and I'm like, all right, I watched them. Like The Godfather, I got that off my bucket list. I'm never watching these movies again.
Yeah, I love Stanley Kubrick's movies. I'm probably gonna get it.
They're good. I mean,
probably I am gonna get it.
They're just it's like I said, like The Godfather, right? I watched it. I was like, wow, that was a really good movie. I'm never ever gonna watch it again.
So what else have you been watching lately, Mark?
Oh, I watched a movie last night called The Attic Expeditions from 2000. And it wasn't very good, but it wasn't terrible either. It was it was the like, hey, let's do Jacob's Ladder, but with Evanescence songs in it. And that's just what it is. It's a guy in a mental institution because he committed a murder, but he went crazy. And Jeffrey Combs and Ted Raimi are his doctors, and he keeps having like these hallucinations. They say they've operated on his brain, so they put him in like a halfway house to try and get better and get therapy. And everybody in the halfway house is crazy. and he just keeps like slipping in and out of reality and hallucinating, and everybody in the halfway house keeps dying one at a time, and they don't know if he's killing it or if he's having another hallucination, or maybe it's all in his head and he's actually asleep the whole time. And then they just like every about 15 minutes it just turns into a music video with discount Evanescence music in it. It's nostalgic for me because it's from 2000, and when I was in high school and like every fucking movie was like that. Like Daredevil was like that. It was just as a way of editing and using that type of music. And I was like, all right. And Seth Green's in it. Um, he plays another crazy guy that's in the halfway house, and he's also gay. Um, yeah, but it's not a movie I would recommend to anybody. Even Ted Raimi, who's in it, like he's not crazy Skinner Ted Raimi. He's like I don't even know what the hell he was doing in the movie. He's so unremarkable. He's not doing anything that's a Ted Raimiism. He's really boring. He could have been anybody. I mean, Jeffrey Combs
I
is
love
fine.
Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner is great. Skinner we can't talk about because then I'll lose my job. But it's like I want that. I want Skinner Ted Raimi. I want Evil Dead 2 Ted Raimi. Instead, we got Ted Raimi as a doctor who's just sitting next to Herbert West the whole time. Just like getting exposition out of Jeffrey Combs. He just sits there to ask Jeffrey Combs questions, and then Jeffrey Combs tells him what he's doing. And that's all he exists to do is elicit exposition. It's such a waste of a good character.
I was just thinking, you know how much editing that Skinner episode is going to take?
Oh,
I don't even.
God. Yeah, I don't envy you when you get to that.
I don't even know if any of that's going to
and you're
survive.
Gonna have to cut out all the funny bits too. Like you're gonna be sitting there on like a pile of gold, and like, man, I have to cut out the funniest jokes just because they say the no. We never say the N-word. I'm just getting that out of the way now.
It's just a joke, guys.
But Skinner is a pretty insane movie that even got made in the 90s. Like it was a different time. Like no, he skins a black guy and does a minstrel show in his skin. Like this is 1995, not like 1925.
Oh my God, that was like towards like the tail end of when you could do something outrageous.
It's ridiculous, and Attic Expeditions doesn't do anything like that. Even like Jeffrey Combs, he's sitting on a chair for most of the movie, watching a TV screen, and he's just sleepwalking his way through it. And
he's like Vincent Price in Dead Heat. He's just like I'm just in the corner of the.
Yeah, like I think he interacts with the actual main character of the movie twice. And it's in scenes that take place in his office. So they just filmed all of those scenes in one day because that's the only amount of time they had Jeffrey Combs on the block. But it's one of those movies where it's kind of interesting because the guy who directed it seemed like this was his magnum opus, and he thought he was making like a really profound movie. This was his Jacob's Ladder, and there are parts where he tries to do something ambitious, and for a fleeting moment, you're like, hey, maybe he's got something here. And then he just fumbles it, or somebody else fumbles it. So like there's this really long tracking shot. They're in like the break room, the rec room at the halfway house. And Seth Green is talking to the main character. And Seth Green goes on this really long rant about how everybody in the world is out to get you, this paranoid, psychotic rant. And the entire time he's doing the rant, he's pacing in circles randomly around the rec room with the steady cam in front of him, like tracking him backwards. Like he's walking towards the steady cam and it's just like following wherever he's going. And he does everything in like one unbroken take for like a 5-minute psychotic rant. And at first you're like, whoa, this is actually a pretty ambitious shot. Like, whoa, Seth Green's just like, he memorized all these lines. Whoa. And he's just like doing it all in one unbroken take for like 7 minutes. Oh, he's reading a cue card off screen because the entire time Seth Green's eyes are like to the left, like following the cue cards and reading them, and like god damn it, like the whole movie is like that where like it gets to a point where like something, you got something here, shit, that's a boom mic. It's it's like that, it's almost good. It's an almost good movie, but it doesn't get there.
Elfiner General brings up this movie called Ghost Town. He says it's a late 80s Empire Pictures horror western.
I remember the VHS box with the skeleton cowboy on it, but I never watched it.
I've never seen it, but late 80s Empire Pictures, it's got like a 50-50 chance of either being great or terrible.
I guarantee you that even though the VHS box has a skeleton cowboy on it, the movie will have 0 skeleton cowboys in it. That's just the way
maybe it'll have Nazis.
Yeah, it's gonna be cowboys versus Nazis in the fucking Wild West, I'm sure. You
Oh
know
my
why he
god.
probably made that? So I guess that's why he made Oblivion 1 and 2 in the 90s, was he had all those leftover cowboy like costumes from Ghost Town. So he was like, all right, well, I better make a couple of sci-fi westerns just to get my money's worth out of these.
Bro, has Uncle Charlie ever done like a Trancers Western or Trancers versus Nazis?
I am honestly surprised that he never did. What he did do was he made Transfers 4 and 5 in Romania. And so like, oh, he just decided like we're going to film all of our movies in Romania now, because that's where he was filming like the Subspecies movies. Like so the castle from Subspecies shows up in Transfers 4 and 5 because he had a lease on that place. So like, and all the same costumes from like the Subspecies sequel show up in Transfers 4 and 5. I'm pretty sure he reuses some costumes from like Doctor Mordred or something just to fit it in there. It's so cheap. It's terrible. And those were written by Peter David too. Poor Peter David.
Oh, poor Peter David.
Yeah, not
Um,
his
this is
proudest moments.
this is debatable in the chat here. Elfinder General says, not gonna lie, but Empire Pictures is a lot
Oh,
better than Full Moon Pictures.
oh, absolutely. I mean, one, it's the economy was so much better in the '80s that you could make a cheap as fuck horror movie and still have it look really good, and that's what Empire Pictures did. And they're
Well,
just pumping out some good shit
I
throughout
feel
the
like
'80s.
Uncle Charlie did have a budget back then, but some of the Empire Pictures are not good. Like Robot Jocks and all those terrible movies you guys had me watch.
Arena, you didn't like Arena?
No, I hated all those. Those are like the worst of the worst
Man, I
movies.
love
Dolls is the only good one in that. Well, and Cellar Dweller too.
Cellar
But
Dweller is good. I liked Dungeon Master. That was an anthology one of all the weird dark fantasy short films.
I'll be honest, I
That was
remember nothing about it about
oh
Dungeon
yeah.
Master.
Now Arena and Robot Jocks are probably my least favorite. I kind of like them though. If they hadn't been in a box set with Dolls and Dungeon Master and Cellar Dweller, I wouldn't have ever bought them. But I'm glad I got them. I'm glad I watched them. But Empire Pictures, I mean, he was putting out stuff like Ghoulies 1 and 2, and of course, but he also did what was it? Tourist Trap. That was an Empire Pictures movie. That one's
Oh
pretty cool.
yeah, I like Tourist Trap.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, I haven't been watching a lot of horror lately. I took the opportunity this past year that we haven't been doing streams. I'm like, I'm gonna watch everything else.
I'm gonna
I'll,
watch real movies for a change. Good for
yeah,
you.
I was like, I'll watch pretentious movies, boomer movies, comedies,
So you
whatever.
bought the Wes Anderson box set.
No,
Nice.
no, no. I'm not going. Oh, geez, Mark, what are you thinking about? I'm not going. Oh, geez, I'm not that cringe. Okay,
I
I'm not
just
that
watched a movie
pretentious.
where Seth Green tries to make out with a guy, and that wasn't as gay as a Wes Anderson movie.
Oh my god. I'm trying to like think. I'm scrolling back on my letterbox to see like what's something Mark would probably have seen and we could talk about. I'm sure you we could talk about Face Off, right?
Face Off, man, I haven't seen that in forever. Yeah, that one's pretty good. My problem with Face Off is that Nicolas Cage, he's the bad guy at the beginning of the movie, and he's my favorite kind of Nicolas Cage when he's chewing the scenery and acting wacky. But then he trades faces and becomes like boring Nicolas Cage for most of the movie. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like I like crazy Nicolas Cage, not boring Nicolas Cage.
I like the movie because it's unhinged. It gave me a lot of anxiety though. I was like, I think if that was me, and I was like stuck in that situation, like I would just kill myself. Like,
Well, you wouldn't be like one of the world's greatest assassins in the first place, so I don't think you'd end up in that position. Who wants to trade faces with Nasser? Come on.
oh my god, dude, I love that movie, but like I just think it's so funny because um Nick Cage, like at one part, like towards like the third act, he's like getting like real like famous and popular and rich and everything's going his way, and he's like, I'm gonna stay like this forever. And then he's just like, all right, I miss my old face, and he's like, I gotta get my old face back, just randomly out the blue.
I haven't watched anything with Nicolas Cage recently. I did watch Dark Angel with Dolph Lundgren. It was a '90s action movie, maybe late '80s. But it used to be called I Come in Peace, and then they changed it for like the video version to Dark Angel because I Come in Peace didn't sound like an action movie. But it's about an alien who comes to Earth to steal people's like bone marrow or something, or not their bone marrow. He steals their like adrenaline because in outer space, human adrenaline is a recreational drug for aliens. So he's a drug dealer who comes to Earth and just starts and uses like this like Wolverine claw that he's got that has like suction powers, to suck people's adrenaline out and kill them. And Dolph Lundgren is a cop, and he's trying to solve the case, and he's chasing the alien down. And the only thing the alien can say is "I come in peace," and then he kills people, and that's his gimmick throughout the movie. But at the very end of the fucking movie, the alien says, "I come in peace," and Dolph Lundgren, you know what he says? You know
What?
what he says? "But you're going in pieces," and then he blows him up. It's one of those movies where it's like it's so bad, but it's also so good. It's actually a really entertaining movie. If you want to watch like a '90s action movie that's like not one of like the top 10 that everybody recommends, it's not Terminator 2 or even Face Off. That always kind of flies just under people's radar. Check out Dark Angel, I Come in Peace. It's actually pretty good.
You know which one we could talk a little bit about, but I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it, even though I just saw it back in March. But The Night Flyer, my
Oh
my
yeah, yeah.
my only thoughts really on this movie are like you could tell this was written after Uncle Stevie became sober.
It's pretty lucid. I like the Night Flyer a lot. That's Miguel Ferrer, one of his rare like starring performances, and but he still plays like the Miguel Ferrer character where he's an asshole because he's an asshole in absolutely every movie. Like he was the best at playing an asshole, but he's the lead in this movie, and he's still just a horrible, reprehensible asshole. And you just can't wait for him to get his comeuppance at the end, and he gets it, and it's great. The entire like final scene at the airport, like in the men's room when he goes into the airport and like there's all the dead bodies just massacred everywhere in the lobby, and then he runs to the men's room and he's like washing his face in the sink like trying to get it together, and then he just like hears coming from behind him, oh, he looks in the mirror because he doesn't want to turn around, and he just sees a stream of blood piss in a urinal just manifesting out of nowhere because vampires don't cast reflections. So he knows the vampire is behind him, just taking a massive piss in the urinal because he drank so much blood. And it's like that's such a crazy scene that I've never even imagined or I've never even considered in any other vampire movie. No one else has done that. It's such an original idea, and it probably wasn't in the book.
Yeah, probably wasn't in the short story. I've
Yeah, the
never
short
read it,
story. It's
but
in. I think it's a Night Shift.
yeah, it's just that movie was just like let's talk for like an hour and a half and then have 5 good minutes at the end.
It's definitely, yeah. It's Miguel Ferrer is the investigative photographer, and he's chasing the Night Flyer, the vampire, like across all these different like small like airstrips across the country because he wants to get a photo of the guy. Um, and yeah, it's mostly just a big long like investigative thing. I think Miguel Ferrer really carries it. If anybody else had played the main character, it would have been super boring and not very fun. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, they do cut to like a couple scenes here and there. You know, like the old lady at that one airstrip who like gets seduced by the vampire and lets him kill her. Like okay, uh, but mostly yeah, it's not a lot of stuff going on. It's just Miguel Ferrer being an asshole for 80 minutes and then a really kick ass like final 10 minutes of the movie.
I will say, like, I have been watching a lot of like pretentious stuff, but like whenever I would like, because I've been editing, the streams like we mentioned, and like I'll listen back to like Cthulhu Mansion. I'm just like, oh my god, like I really miss like these awful movies.
I've been watching too much good shit. I need to go back to crap. Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's how I felt when I was watching Pumpkinhead and Pumpkinhead 2. I was just like, all right,
holy
they're awful,
crap!
but I like them.
Well, speaking of crap, and Vinegar Syndrome and paying too much for movies, I bought the Vinegar Syndrome like deluxe $50 edition of The Mangler.
Oh my
And
god.
so it's funny because before I watched the movie, because I'd seen it a bunch of times way back in the day on like VHS, but before I watched the Blu-ray, I pulled out my old copy of Night Shift and I read the story, and every single thing from the short story is in that movie. That movie is actually a spot-on adaptation of the short story, like 100%. It's all in there. Too bad the short story is retarded. It's so fucking stupid. It's about a killer laundry machine that eats people, also a killer refrigerator that eats people. It's just killer appliances.
You
It
know
is
that
the dumbest fucking thing I've ever read.
that movie is like almost 2 hours. I think honestly, if they cut out like 30 minutes of the Mangler, it would actually it wouldn't be too bad.
It wouldn't
It,
be too bad, maybe. Like there's because had to add some like filler into the movie to because the short story just even though they put everything from the short story in there, it just
yeah,
wasn't
it's like
quite
two
enough to
pages.
yeah it just wasn't quite enough to fill out the movie. But even the movie has some like stuff like did you really need to have a scene where geriatric Robert England like fucks like a 30-year-old lady. Like, did I really need that? Like, that wasn't
Dude,
in the book. Why'd you have to add that for the movie?
it's so funny because Robert Englund goes around, he's like, "Ah, you gotta make more laundry, you gotta do laundry."
It's so
Like,
weird because like my company is the lifeblood of this town. Like, laundry? Like, we need more laundry. Without laundry, this town will die. We need laundry. Bring me laundry. It's like, what the fuck is
like,
wrong with
like
you?
he's
Is
acting,
laundry so important?
he's acting like it's like they're mining diamonds or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Like, if the laundry business like ends in that town, the whole town will dry up and die. Like, oh, the town, everything was going great. This was $1 million town. You should have seen it. But then the laundry mines dried up, and there was no more shirts to press and no more pants to wash. And so everybody left, and we're the only ones left here in Laundryville. It's like, what?
and
This is stupid.
and hold on, give me one.
It's all good. We probably need to wrap it up. It's 8:01 anyway. Uh, oh, Nasser.
Oh, sorry, I had to mute for a second. But you know
It's all
what's
good. No, I'm saying we probably need to wrap it up. It's been an hour.
yeah, we
Anyway.
do.
Yeah.
But about the Mangler, you know what's so funny though? It actually is one of Toby Hooper's best movies.
It is actually, even something so fucking stupid, Toby Hooper still makes it a pretty good movie. And the 4K Blu-ray, they restored from an actual film master, so even the CG Mangler at the end, when it's on film, it actually looks all right. I think it looked really bad on like DVD because it was like a digital remaster and just it looked terrible. But on like film, it doesn't look as bad as I remember it looking. But no, he still puts a lot of flair and panache into it. He adds these extra details, like when the fridge eats that kid, and it's so fucking dumb. The fridge eats the kid, and it of course it looks like an accident. It looks like the kid got trapped inside the fridge and suffocated. And the coroners are like carting his body away, and the mother's crying her eyes out. There's a detail that he adds of like the kid's dog just hanging out by the stretcher and then following the stretcher to the ambulance, and then the ambulance drives away and the dog just sits there, and like that's not in the story. That's just something Toby Hooper added to just give it a bit more depth, because he's a good director. He could make good shit. Unfortunately, the 90s weren't too kind to they
Yeah,
weren't too kind to old Toby, and he was doing a lot of really bad TV shit by the 90s. But The Mangler is actually one of his better movies.
you know what? I did watch one of his TV movies the other day. It's called "I'm Dangerous Tonight." I don't know if you've seen
Oh
it, but
yeah, no, I haven't.
it's a pretty fun one. It's nothing
Oh
too
good,
crazy,
yeah.
but it was enjoyable.
He did man, he did a I liked it as a kid, and I thought it was scary as a kid, and then I watched it as an adult, and it was just terrible. He did a documentary in the 90s called Real Ghosts that did these recreations of like ghost sightings and hauntings and stuff, and it's awful. It's so bad that JonTron did a video making fun of it. I'm like, oh man, if you end up on a JonTron video because
I
your
don't think I know
movie's
who that is.
terrible. JonTron? All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look him up. His videos are funny. He got canceled because he went on like Game Grumps or something, and they asked him what his thoughts are on illegal immigration, and he gave them his thoughts on illegal immigration, and they're like, "Well, that's the end of you, JonTron," which is too bad
Oof.
because he was based in Red Pill, and I love the guy. But
Oh.
his funny he hasn't made a video in like 2 years, but his actual like videos where he like watches old movies or old like random media, like there's like a nostalgia critic kind of thing, but he's actually funny. Check him out, you might like him.
Well, you know what? Speaking of getting canceled, I think that's a good note to end on.
Yep, Kino is canceled forever. So is not Kino. Never coming back. Goodbye.
You know what? I'm gonna take the "Christmas is ruined forever" clip and put it in the Kino isn't canceled forever.
Forever.
All right, bye everybody. We can't even play an outro because StreamYard won't let us do it now with the
You
free
need Hot
version.
Dog to make you a new one. Oh yeah, StreamYard fucked us over. It's nickel and diamond in us. Oh.
Yep, it's something us, all right.